4, 3, 2, 1. What is up, y'all? Today in this episode, this is How Do You Love Me podcast. We're talking about
gender roles
in the marriage coming up. How do you love me?
All right, Trey. How full is your cup this week?
My cup is pretty full. It's pretty full. I want to say it's about 98% this week.
Where do you?
What?
You were at 97 not too long ago.
That was a couple weeks ago.
So you went up 1%.
Yeah, you know.
This is what I had to deal with. So I'm gonna pause you right there and let y'all know. Trey sets random timed alarms. He doesn't do like 6:30, 5 o'clock, 6:20. He does the weirdest alarms, like 6:27.
Yeah.
5:03.
Yeah. It's a couple extra minutes.
Okay.
I don't know. I just do it. I don't know. I've always done it.
Keep going.
Yeah, but either way, my cup is pretty full. It's on 98%. Had a great day practicing golf.
Oh, really?
Last couple of days, and you know, it's pretty good. Yeah. How full is your cup? Let us know.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to complain because I feel like when I listen back to these episodes, that's all I do.
Oh, Lord.
But y'all, I'm tired, man. I'm in #no off day season. Okay. I am transitioning to my new job as a teacher. So as you know, most teachers went back to school. And so we're doing like professional development training, getting ready for all these online courses. So I'm doing that, and I'm working my regular job on the weekends, and then it's just slowly going to phase out until I'm only doing the teaching. So I really just need one day where I could just sleep in until like 12. And I think I'd be ready. But I have no off days. I work my regular job, 12-hour shifts on the weekends. And then through the week, I'm going to work at the elementary school. So hopefully I don't have any bags under my eyes. So this week, or right now, I'm going to say I'm at about 60%. Just because I'm so tired. I mean, like, I had I went and bought a bottle of melatonin to help me sleep, because I feel like every year around this time I start having trouble sleeping. Do you remember that happened last year?
I remember it happening last year, year before, yeah.
But this is last year was the first time that I actually bought melatonin. And it started helping, so I can go to sleep, because, you know, I'm tired, but I won't stay asleep. So melatonin helps me sleep harder. I still wake up in the middle of the night, but I can go back to bed. So I'm on 60. I mean, I'm not in a bad mood or anything. I'm just tired.
Well, you know, you're about to get some rest here soon once this episode is up. So, you know, hopefully that'll help.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in today's episode, we are talking about gender roles. Okay. And this was kind of sparked by something that you guys have said. Okay. So y'all kind of went in on me a couple episodes ago on the My Wife Can't Cook. In the comments, people were saying some pretty, I mean, if they were actually directed at me, like, I think I would feel like really hurt, but
they didn't even know.
Yeah, they didn't know. They were just listening to a little snippet of it. And, you know, basically people were just saying, like, she can't cook, you know, throw her away. Like, what you mean she can't cook? That ain't no wife kind of thing. Yeah. And so, you know, I was like, well, maybe we need to address it. So let me just say this, y'all. I'm not a chef, okay? And if you invite me to a cookout and you like, Kiana, what you bringing? I'm probably not going to volunteer to bring anything because I don't want to be scrutinized. But I can actually cook if you give me the recipe.
Yeah, it's following directions.
That's right. I mean, because like, I don't know, it's cooking is like a very sacred thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's always that one person, and they have like, you know, they're the cook for the whole family. And then like when you get married, there's so many pressures. So yeah. Okay. So anyways, so that also kind of led us to, you know, what we were going to talk about. But then, of course, y'all know Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion came out with their new song, WAP.
They don't know that.
Yes, they do. Y'all know this song. It's been all over the internet the past few days. People have been having conversations because some of the stuff that Cardi B said in the song. So one of the lyrics that she said in there that kind of sparked some stuff, she said, Cardi B says, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. Okay. And again, I follow this group on Facebook, and the women in the group are like, what you mean you don't cook? That's why you're in the state that you in now. And then other people were like, you know, that's fine. She has money. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like there's like a debate about the whole thing. So what do you think, Trey? I know you don't really care, but
no, because I understand like it's different. Like different people, different relationships have different like how do you put it? They have different ways of doing their thing.
Yeah.
So like their relationship, that's a totally different scale.
Right.
Like she's out touring. Of course she ain't cooking. Of course she ain't cleaning.
Right.
What is she cleaning?
Right.
Not the house because she ain't there.
Right.
She's touring around the world or whatever. So, you know, we'll talk about it later, but you know, that's where things can get kind of misconstrued because if the wrong person hear that, they're like, she don't cook or clean.
Well, and that's the thing.
But she ain't
like,
there.
I mean, I don't know if she was just saying it for shock value, but I mean, regardless, she got the man. You know what I'm saying? Well, and then let's not even talk about the stuff that goes on behind it. But whatever it was that she was doing before they got engaged, he decided like
that's okay.
That's okay. Same thing with Trey. Trey already told John a couple episodes ago. He was like, I knew you weren't cooking, so I wasn't expecting it.
No, like, and it wasn't even like that. It was just like, for one, you already know I'm not a huge foodie like that anyway. So that wasn't no big.
I mean, we could eat burgers every night and Trey would be happy.
Man, different burger joint every night.
Yeah, salmon burger. I mean, you could make your own burger in a different way every night and you would be happy.
Yeah, I would.
But I mean, for a while, I think we were, but
I was, yeah. So you know, that's how that is.
Yeah. So I mean, do you think cooking and cleaning they're old fashioned?
I'm not gonna say they're old fashioned, but it's just things evolve, times evolve, and with those times, you know, when you think back, like prior to McDonald's, before it was actually made. It's just popped in because of your question. Prior to McDonald's, before it was made, people weren't eating out.
Right.
But once McDonald's was built,
right,
you know, it was kind of weird when they first came and walked up there and got it and ate it in the parking lot and finished it. But then that became the thing. Like, oh, now the wife can go pick up some burgers, take them home, and everybody can eat and throw it away, throw away the paper in the trash, and boom, dinner's done. So, you know, it evolved. And so now it's different.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, and I think the argument that I saw in this group was a lot of people were saying like, what do you mean she can't cook? And that's the thing. She didn't say I can't cook, I can't clean.
And you already know how that goes. That's telephone.
Yeah, she said I don't cook, I don't clean.
Which, by the way, is not the same. And that's why words mean so much to me.
Right.
Because that one word changes the whole sentence.
It changes everything. So I just like, you know, it's a choice for her, but then again, she has money and, you know, she busy, she booked. Yeah. So I wouldn't cook or clean either if, you know, I'm big. I mean, barely just here.
Real talk.
I'm barely here. I'm on the road all the time. I'm sure she cooked something.
Yes. You know she have.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she done cooked whatever's, you know, been popular in her household growing up.
I'm sure.
that he wanted to eat. She done whipped it up.
Yeah.
One of these days. You know she have. So, you know, you can't get caught up in that.
No.
But a lot of people will. Like you said, it's been probably killing social media all week.
Oh yeah, I mean for the past few days since that, I think it came out yesterday or Thursday.
So yeah, so it's just been going in.
Yeah, people been. I mean, it's been everywhere. Wow. Everywhere. They like it. These are the role models that the young women these days are having to look after, and it's like, there's not one person on this earth that I just do everything the same, like exact way they do it.
Oh.
Like the influencers that I follow, that I watch and I appreciate their opinions. I don't, agree with everything they do. Don't agree with everything they say. But the good stuff, I can take that away. I'm sure most of these girls can do the same thing.
Yeah, they can. Especially if they're brought up, right, to be their own person, to think for themselves. Then, I can easily see what you're doing and be like, oh, okay, and keep moving. Mm-hmm. But,
Yeah. So, Trey, what are gender roles? Because, that was a new term for me until I, started, So, when we got married, of course, Trey started doing most of the driving. So, I would get in his car and I would hear this preacher preach, and he would always talk about gender roles. So, tell us what gender roles is, Trey.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of just talked about it, a little bit, but just some stuff that I saw here as well. It says gender roles are influenced by the media, family, environment, and then and society. And it also says that a child's understanding of gender roles impacts how they socialize with their peers and how they form relationships. And so it's just when they become adults that have ideas on who cooks, who cleans, who washes the car, who pays the bills, all that other stuff. All that is based off of how you grew up or what you've seen growing up, who mainly does these things as a, male or female. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. So basically, the majority of people say, majority of people say women cook, clean, take care of the kids.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it was for a while.
Yeah, men pay the bills, keep the yard, take out the trash.
Right.
In a nutshell, that's basically what most of us understand gender roles to be, even though most of us don't even call them gender roles.
Yeah, and like I was saying, with how, how society changes, back in the day, wives, they actually took care of the home, right? And raised the kids while the husband went out and brought home the bacon. Right. But then what's crazy is, as I was studying, looking that stuff up, it actually said that the men were the ones who were mainly cooking the food as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Not really though, but it's shock value. I guess not there.
Because the men were the hunter-gatherers back in the day.
But so then over time, due to influences from social norms, things start changing because times change. Right. So,
Okay. Yeah. I have to start paying attention and see if I can see that in any old movies.
I know, right? But and when I was looking at it, it's way back too though.
Okay. So not even the 1900s,
No, probably. I mean, I don't know. Probably
farther than that.
Yeah, probably farther than that.
Okay, so how do they work today? How do gender roles work today?
Well, I mean, it depends on where you are.
Okay.
Right?
What do you mean?
So in other countries, it's kind of still pretty traditional, right? But then over here on the Western side, it just depends on where you are in this, in the USA. So gender roles, for the most part, though, it seems like they've been kind of reversed. Not really, but
I feel like the lines are really blurred.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say reversed, but like you said, it's really blurred. Which, for some things that's cool. For some things it's like,
yeah.
But so like I put down here, a lot of men today. Here's what I put. I said I think it's because over time women have seen that men seen men who don't do what they're supposed to do, and then they end up adapting to that. You know what I mean? So a lot of men today, they aren't really holding up their end, not holding jobs, taking care of bills, family, and they letting the women do everything while they sit back and play video games or do nothing, drive their car.
Well, see here, this is why I feel like it changed, because I remember. I mean, not that I lived back then, not that I talked to, too many people, but I've heard stories and I read a couple books. And So like when the wife would stay home all day, take care of the kids and keep the house clean, the husband would be off, at work, and there's no telling what he'd be doing in that time. And the wife never gets to live her life. You know what I'm saying? Like her life is the house. My life is only lived in the house or with you. And so like, when they went off to the wars, the women had the chance to actually work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now I finally get the chance to,
go sew some clothes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I get to go see what I want to do. I get to take my chance to
figure myself out.
Yeah, well, not just that, but like I want to contribute. I want to contribute to this house. You know what I'm saying? Like my husband's over there fighting in the war, and I want to be here and I want to make a contribution. That's where you saw that lady. Yeah. I can't remember what her name is, but she had the bandana on and.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I feel like that's where it came, where we started to change, and I really like that. Cause I think we'll probably get there in a minute, but I think so. I'm not against or for gender roles. I just feel like you need to find a good balance.
Ultimately.
Yeah, ultimately, you just gotta find a good balance because like. At my house, because I just assumed everybody did the same way. My mother was our parent, and so she had to do both. So I saw her doing both, and then I had a brother growing up, that lived with me, and she made him do everything I had to do. All the chores I had, we rotated. So there was no, can you do the dishes? Rashawn, you just take out the trash. Although my brother did take the trash out, he still had to wash the dishes one week, and we rotated. And so like, I wasn't privy to the whole gender roles thing like you probably were because,
Yeah. And again, that also might be age different, as far as that with true. My parents versus
that's true.
You know what I mean? Because it's so, that's why I said over here it varies.
Yeah. And then because go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No,
my mom grew up with two other sisters. So there was no brother at home to do it. So like they had to do it all. Because she was the oldest, she probably had to take on all what I'm saying, the majority of stuff until like her sisters were able to do this stuff. So like, of course that passed down to us. And so like I just remember us having this little bit of dispute because I think we needed to figure out like what our roles in this was gonna be.
Yeah, and I didn't have no expectation. Like,
I feel like you kind of did. Like, did. Not that you were like, get in here and cook my dinner, girl.
Yeah, no, I definitely wasn't that.
Nah.
I ain't dumb.
Okay, I'd have been like, all right, we eating. I don't even know.
Buying sausages and crackers.
Finding stuff in the kitchen to make. You want some Fruity Pebbles tonight?
Hey, Fruity Pebbles are good.
Yeah, but no, I feel like you kind of did in a way. Like it was more of an expectation. You didn't actually command me to do anything, but I felt like you were kind of like, what you been doing all day?
You probably had some too as well.
I did.
You know what I mean? I
definitely did.
It's just that's why I said it depends on like how, like who you grew up around, and then what your thoughts on marriage are supposed to be. Like what is that supposed to look like?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like all those things factor in. So that's just the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. All of it factors in. You
know?
And that doesn't, and like I put in there, it doesn't make it necessarily right or wrong, but I think you need to find out what's right for your family, for your household, because if you don't nail that down, that's when you have like the wife secretly like resenting the male, the husband.
Because so I remember I would feel some kind of way because I came home and I told Trey. It wasn't, I held on to it for a little bit, but then after a while I was like, hey, I'm going to school, I'm working. Can you please help me fold the clothes? And you were like, oh, okay. I didn't know you needed
We're feeling like that.
Yeah, and from then on, the clothes pile up on the couch in there. I came home yesterday, he had folded up, hung up the clothes, and I was like, oh, thank God. That's like one less thing on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just had to make it known to him, like, I'm drowning, or, you know, maybe not even drowning, but I need some assistance, and I would appreciate your help.
Yeah.
Because I know there are some guys who feel like that is beneath
ain't doing
me.
it.
That's beneath me. I'm not washing them clothes. I don't care if I wear them.
That's facts. And that's scary because you can't find that anywhere.
No.
You know what I mean? Like nowhere but your mind that it's supposed to be like that.
Well, I mean, you probably could if you get the right girl, but
No, I ain't even talking about doing it. I'm talking about like where it literally says like, hey, this is who supposed to do that. This is who's supposed to do this. You know what I mean? To those extents.
Yeah, and then like another thing that Trey will help me do is, which I didn't know this was even a thing. So like, we keep a list on the refrigerator. We have a dry erase board, and so anytime we need something, we just write it on there. So, you know, whenever I go to the store, I'll just take a picture of the list on the refrigerator, and I'll go to the store.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was talking to somebody, and I was telling them like, oh yeah, Trey was telling me he was going to the store or whatever. He's asking if I need anything. They were like, what? Trey goes to the store to buy groceries or whatever? And I was like, yeah. I mean, I was a little in shock. Like, I mean, he eats this stuff too. So why can't he go? I mean, he got time. It's not like I'm forcing him. And,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just, and for me, that just literally, I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. Let me go ahead and go here real quick. Mm-hmm. It's right here on the refrigerator. I can go snag it, and it's here already.
Yeah.
And I can go ahead and eat something if it's some, I want it or whatever.
But it's just like taking a load off of my shoulders. Because like if I work 7 to 7, Trey works 8 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So look, I technically work 36 hours a week. Trey works 40. When I get off at 7, the only thing I want to do is hurry up and get in the bed. Because I mean, I'm not working a physically tiring job, but mentally, yes. Trey, when he gets off, I mean, I ain't gonna say he got a burst of energy, but he kind of does.
It's just, I get a second wind because of the other things that I do.
Yeah.
Right. So it's almost like work will kind of drain me down, but then when I hit the clock out button,
something about that button.
I know when I hit the clock out button, then I start doing the things that I really want to do, like this podcast or whatever. And then boom, my energy it comes from somewhere else, and it goes back up. So it's just,
Yeah. So he like him taking on just like one thing when he gets off, it really helps me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and not to say that like it's only my job, but I appreciate when I come home and like he done vacuumed, because we have a dog and she sheds. So, it makes me feel good when I come home and I'm like, okay, he did something to contribute. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard stories of people being like, girl, my man won't even pick his drawers up out of the bathroom after he get out the shower.
I'm sorry, that is funny.
Babe, you done heard.
Yeah, I have.
You done heard about some of your homeboys.
I have.
And the different stories, like peeing on the toilet seat. Anyways, my bad. Sorry, I'm getting off. But yeah. So I like the lines were definitely blurred for me. But I feel like if we can work as a team, I don't mind doing it.
And that's what it's all about. Like, if you are a unit, if you work as the team,
right, then
those feelings of I'm doing more or he's doing less,
right,
or other way around, they kind of go away because y'all both working towards just being happy and getting it done.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And then there were times where he would just be like, I mean, I would come home, like, I don't know, for whatever reason, seeing clothes that need to be, there's always clothes that need to be washed.
Always.
Dishes that always need to be washed. But I would come home and the first thing I'm saying is like, oh my God, I do not want to put these clothes up. Well, don't. So that's what you're like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, because, I mean, those are pressures that, you put on yourself.
I know, I will. I'm like.
And you know why? Because my whole thing is like, okay, if I need something, I'll get it out of the basket. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not about to be sitting here yelling because I can't find my shirt that I want to wear and it's in the basket instead of being hung up in the closet.
Right.
I'll just get it out of the basket. But for me, I know that's how I'll do it. Like, okay, if I'm gonna clean up, it's easier for me on my mental to clean up one room at a time.
Yeah.
And in between that, I might be doing a whole bunch of other stuff, like watching a whole episode of something,
right?
Or whatever it is. I might leave and come back. That's what I did. When I like yesterday, I was washing clothes, then I vacuumed. I left. I went to play golf. Then I came back and then cleaned off my dresser and all that stuff, right? So, but the thing is, there was no pressure on me to get all of that done before I went to go play golf, or, all today. I got tomorrow too. Tomorrow, I can finish it up. But, I definitely wasn't trying to put no kind of pressure like that on you for sure. You know what I mean? And not for any other reason other than I know what I don't want done to me.
Yeah, I know. Because he doesn't like it. I can't tell him like, you need to get in here and help me do. I don't know what.
And I would, but it's
a different feeling.
Yeah, facts.
I'm kind of yelling at him like his mama. No man wants to be yelled at like that. So
yeah. And so, real quick though, I found this article, and I want you to tell me kind of what you think about it. So it was an article. This is a snippet from Time magazine, and an article that said. The title was "Women Die from Heart Attacks More Often Than Men," and the Time article, it explained that before 1987, more men than women died of heart disease because of a variety of differences between the sexes in biology and health habits, whatever. More men smoked cigarettes and tended to drink more alcohol, for example, but the rise in deaths related to heart disease in the late 80s coincided with the entry of women into the workforce in equal numbers as men. So like basically by the late 1980s, women were now having just as many heart attacks as men. And it was some other parts in there that they had, but I was like, man, that's crazy. But
it is crazy.
They went from just being, like you said, in the household mostly to now actually being in the workforce. But then on top of that, running companies, some of them, and, being in these really strenuous positions.
Right.
Like, and
different social norms. You got to drink when you're out in these big places. You got to smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I really could imagine like the stress of actually being out in the workforce and having to look the part, and they didn't have to compete. They had to compete not only with the other women, they had to compete with the men too.
Facts.
And it was like, it's hard now, but I feel like it was probably so much harder because they had to set the foundation. Like if we don't do this, our future, they won't ever get the chance.
Right.
We got to stamp this right now and let them know like we're valuable.
Kind of like black people.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah.
Basically. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I thought the same. So anyway, let's get back to the
gender roles.
Yeah, to that art. Okay. Cardi B now.
Okay, so back to what it says. It says, hey ladies, I know Cardi says she don't cook or clean, but she's a millionaire. Don't let that line fool you. You still need to cook and clean to get the ring. And so I kind of paused on that whole millionaire thing. And I was thinking like a lot of these rappers and singers, people in music in general,
right?
They'll put out this, music, and it portrays this persona about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got that ring.
Yeah.
She might cook, she might clean. She putting out what she think y'all want to hear.
Facts.
Okay.
What's gonna make y'all talk about it all weekend? That's
right. Because if she put out the stuff that say I cook, I clean, I got that wedding ring, y'all be like, nah, Cardi,
that ain't me.
Okay.
or I don't want that to be me.
That's right. Y'all don't want to hear that. And I just saw a video where she was I won't say complaining, but she was defending herself because people are always coming after them for like, speaking about this negative stuff, twerking, getting a man, and doing all this other stuff. But then y'all don't listen to it. Y'all don't like it. Y'all like, get back to the twerking. Get back to the twerk. Whenever she talking about like she said when she did Be Careful, people were like, man, that's whack.
Yeah.
Get back to the old Cardi or whatever. So it's possible that she's just putting, this out here because she think that's what y'all want.
I know it
but
is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be confused, y'all. I was totally shocked when I found out that 2 Chainz was married.
Yeah, and that's a rapper, y'all. So, and that happens all the time. Like, when a lot of these people follow these rappers and stuff like that, they thinking, oh man, they sleep with all these women, or from city to city, all this stuff, and they be having whole wives at the house.
Whole wives,
a lot of them.
And man, you had brought up one yesterday that I was like, I forgot about him because I was real shocked. Snoop Dogg. I mean, I think he just says like so much about him.
He used to.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I was like, he's married and been married
long time.
Like
a lot of them.
And the thing is, like most people, people like in their circle know that they're married. Right. But those of us who are out here and just listening to the music, we ain't got no idea.
And guess what? And that's what I was talking about. That's when those social norms start changing, because then the younger generation, if their minds aren't strong, they start listening to it. Right. And then you have men out here that just run through a boatload of women, and then they look up and they like, 30, 34, 35. And now trying to get married and stuff, but you got a lot of baggage. And same with women. Now, you know what I mean? But it's because all I did was heard the songs.
That's right.
And that's what I got to do, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it happens so much.
Don't be fooled, y'all.
No.
And
don't let it fool you.
What do you think? Like the effects of social media have on all this, these conversations?
Like, in general, or like what we talking
like about this, like
I mean, it has the effects are so deep, it's not even funny. Like, you have people who their whole life is based off of other people that they watch on their phone, and they compete and they go off of what they see. Like, man, they went to Dubai last week, next month they going to St. Ives, whatever, beach, whatever. And in their selves, they feeling like a nothing, a nobody, or low, when in actuality, all that is all their highlights.
Yeah.
So you watching their highlight reel, and in real life, you see all of your whole movie, and all you see is just one piece of theirs, and you looking sad.
Yeah.
And that's happening so much, and people are getting on all kind of medications and feeling all kind of anxiety and low, and because they are seeing parts of people that I don't think we really was supposed to really see. Like, nobody was really supposed to see all of everybody.
Right.
Right. And so, yeah, I think it has a huge effect on people today.
Yeah, like social media is really influencing like the way that we set up our families, or the way that we're trying to. I'll say the way that we're trying to, because relationship goals, #relationship goals. Like, y'all looking at the good stuff. You don't want to see the bad stuff. When you see the bad stuff, you're like, that's why I don't want to get married anyway. If I gotta do this, do that, cook, clean, have his kids, and then he's still gonna cheat on me and hit on me or do whatever. Yeah, so like social media and society definitely puts a lot of pressure on not necessarily only women, but men too, have it all together. Like,
and again, I don't know if it was necessarily supposed to be like that. So were you supposed to be working towards something? Yeah. Like, you ain't just supposed to be out here bumming and still expect to get a wife as a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I personally feel like it's a lot better when y'all can grow together, like from nothing, or just, hey, we started together and we went through all of these checkpoints and we made it. That's a strong relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus you come in, you wanting to get married around 30 something, which again, that's up to you. But now you done did a whole bunch of stuff by yourself. So now what comes up anytime you in an argument, I don't need you.
Yeah.
I've been on my own. I've done all the, then the stuff just started darts.
Yeah. I was literally on the path to doing that, because remember, I was like, I want to take a break.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I need to finish school. I was like, I like Trey, but I need to get my life together. I just got me an apartment. You know, I need to pay off my car. I want to travel. I was on my way to do that because I was thinking like, I don't want. I was literally, I wanted to have it all together before I actually got married.
Yeah.
But I actually would have missed out on something real nice. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get myself together.
Right.
Together.
Exactly. Air quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so much. You got to have a college degree. You got to be able to dress right, cook, clean, you know, have a great personality. There's so many pressures that society puts on you. You got to have a nice smile. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then some people, he has to like Labradors.
But see, and all that stuff, you gotta find out, where does that actually come from? Like, is that really what I want?
It's just what I've seen, and it's like social media is the new fairy tale. It's the we don't have to watch Princess and the Frog, you know, Beauty and the Beast. We're watching social media.
Yeah, and that's like, and when you understand that, then you can come at social media from a different angle, because just like you can use social media to go deep into depression and, you know, envy and all that, you know, all the negative stuff, there are a whole lot of people that are using social media for good, using social media to make money, using social media for other things on the positive side. But it's all how you know, are you aware enough to see that? Like, am I going down a deep, dark hole where I need to push the pause button on social media for a little bit to reset my mind?
I did that for a minute.
You know what I mean? So and the thing is, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, when you have that kind of self-awareness, that's when you can really, like, that shows growth. That shows maturity. But when you can't see it and you find yourself going down that deep path, it's scary.
Yeah. I feel like social media is also allowing everything to be acceptable.
Yeah.
It's like we're so anti
everything.
We're so anti everything.
Yeah.
That, anything goes. You know, I can say I'm in love with a shoelace right now, and somebody be like, "That's right, all shoelaces matter."
Facts.
And I'm not, you know, bashing anybody. If you think that's like some shade on black, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, that's where we are right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't you dare let that shoelace tell you how to live your life, girl. You like, maybe I enjoy the insight from my shoelace. I'm mad I picked the shoelace.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But yeah, we just let everything is so accepted right now. And I get it. We do need to make way for different things to come in, but you know what I'm saying? Some social norms are okay.
Right.
And I'm always afraid of that. I'm like, so I feel like our parents and maybe the generation before us, they felt really restricted. You know, I'm sure like most parents were conservative. They were in the church. And so I'm sure our parents felt like, I can't do anything. Right. So when they started raising our generation,
they kind of,
you know, they sliced the line. You know, it was like, you know, I'm not gonna make my child do da 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 blah blah blah. I understand it. I definitely understand it, and I'm not against, you know, making changes in any way. But now I feel like everything is so accepted, and we've let everything come in, and then I feel like what's gonna happen is, like, our grandkids and, you know, generations down the line, it's gonna get back tight again, like so tight and so conservative, like they can't even breathe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that too, because there is gonna be a breaking point where. All right, enough is enough.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I was looking. You know, you hear men, like, you hear people like use the Bible for, since you brought it up, you know, for like roles as well. Which there are definitely roles in the Bible. And again, that's why from the very beginning I said there are roles, but then there's leeway in a lot of them where you can kind of overlap. Men can do something, women can do something, right? But you have men who argue, like, literally to stay all the way out of the kitchen and never help their wives, like, cook or just even go and do any kind of dishes or anything.
Why can't men fix their plate? I'm sorry. That touched my soul right there.
That's funny.
Why?
Yeah.
What is the big deal? Why you go in the kitchen at lunchtime? How come? Why do I gotta fix your plate? I mean, Trey, you tell me, because I don't know. Why do I have to fix your plate?
So I never actually looked it up. I never actually went into, like deep study or anything about it. I have no clue. But that's one of those things where, why do you do that? I don't know. I just do it. One thing that I can maybe even try and put it in is at one point in time, maybe it was a thing where I want to show appreciation to you for
or maybe you had a hard day.
That too. Like, hey, you went out, you slayed that animal and you cooked it. Let me show my appreciation by fixing it up on the plate for you to get. That's all I can think of. Outside of that, I don't know. And maybe 90% of the people probably couldn't tell you why that's a thing or why they do it.
Like, all the aunties and stuff give you the stank eye when you gonna fix your man plate. I don't understand why Trey can't fix his plate. So I know, like, I remember when we first got together, I don't even know if we were married at the time. We had gone somewhere, probably a family reunion. I don't, maybe not necessarily, because your family's not like that, and because they're like, hey, we're just happy to have you,
Facts.
But I remember getting like, girl, get up and fix his plate. And I'm like, I don't know what he wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I put, I don't know, something on your plate and you don't like it? Now I'm just wasting.
In the day.
I mean, I guess back in the day, maybe everybody ate everything.
No, I'm talking about like when we first got married type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even worry about it. I'm just like, sometimes I will. I think what it is that I don't like for people to tell me I've got to do it and there's no backing to it. Like, don't tell me I got to fix this plate, but you can't tell me why it's better for me to fix this plate than for him to stand next to me and we make it together. Or why he can't make my plate sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem with doing it, but I guess maybe that's like the defiance in me, because I'm like, why are you trying to tell me what to do?
Well, no, that's again, that's one of those things for me. Why is extremely important. The why behind the thing can make the difference. I want to know. But I don't know. Somebody tell us on that.
I mean, but apparently we're not the only one, because, man, TikTok is the bomb. So apparently TikTok, it's just like every other thing. It can basically know, based on what you like and what you watched before, like what to send you. Yeah. And I've been seeing a bunch of like TikToks where people are like, when you don't fix your man plate and just stuff. I'm like, so it's not just me out here.
No, yeah, there's other people. I believe that totally. There's always somebody who's thinking like, or who's had the thought. Yeah. I'm just curious. I don't know. Somebody tell us.
None of the people who can answer that question are on TikTok. So, okay, my bad. Back to the Bible, to the serious stuff.
Oh no! That was it though. Like, cause, like I said, the men, they tell you, hey, I'm not being in no kitchen, not about to be in or washing no dishes, cook, whatever. But the problem with that is, even though, like I said, there are male and female roles, the Bible doesn't necessarily like automatically assign the kitchen to the woman and cooking duties to her. You know what I mean? Like, only those are like traditional, and the beliefs are only cultural, and they're not in the actual Bible or anything. And so, the Bible does say men are to provide for their home, and which does mean that they will be out of the house and working more. You know what I mean? But at least they should be, or whatever. But will they have less opportunities to prepare lunch and food for their family and friends? Yes, they would, because they'll be out and gone. But at the same time, nowadays, so is the woman. You know what I mean? So if your family ain't set up to have a stay-at-home wife and all that, then you can't do that.
And see, that's where another thing be coming from, because I understand the role. You know, I do understand the gender roles. Man works, and originally, I'm sure women were supposed to stay home, and so the women were, you know, since they were home, they were doing all the house duties. Nowadays, most of us work, and I'm talking about men and women.
Facts.
I'm not gonna work all day. You're not gonna work all day. And then you go home and you sit down and you play the video game or do whatever. Get on YouTube, chill out for the rest of the night. I can fix your plate. And I'm cleaning hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's expected of me.
Right.
Not because I want to, but because you expect me to do it.
Right. And that's a different feeling. Yeah.
It is a different feeling because then that resentment comes because it's like, at that point, I feel like I'm doing so much more. It's always on me.
Right.
How come you can't always, and you know, take the initiative sometimes? And that's where, like, I'm.
Yeah, and I even put that down in my notes, you know, where the idea when the man comes home from work, flops on the couch, and never puts his foot in the kitchen, as, like I said, it's not biblical, but that also, even for the stay-at-home wife, that assumes that wife has nothing to do at home all day.
That's right.
But what? Prepare your food and wait for you to come home and then make your plate,
rub your feet,
all of that. Right. So, but here's the thing. In reality, that woman, that same woman who stay at home, she has the responsibility to raise, teach the kids, all that. And a lot of them are busier than the men who actually go to the job. Now, here's what I actually saw as well.
You said it, I mean.
Look, this is just real. And also they said that the value of a stay-at-home mom, like tallying all the stuff that they do, that can be $100,000 job.
That's right.
If you were to replace everything that she has to do
with a working employee.
Yeah. So cooking and preparing the food, it's like that. It can't be the only for the women. You know, expected for them to only do that. So that stuff crazy.
Ain't it? These gender roles. But look, again, I'm not for or against it. I just want to know why.
And I'm for them, but within reason.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think you can go to extremes on both sides.
Yeah.
But if you have a nice, good middle, that means at certain times, they switch. And it's okay. Yeah.
Because there's sometimes I help you out.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
I know.
Babe, did you do this? No, I forgot. Appreciate that, young blood, and get it done.
Another guy would have been like, man, I told you I was going to pay them bills. Quit asking me that.
No.
Or stop trying to ask me to take the trash out.
Oh, man, that stuff is all help.
It is.
It's all help.
It is. And I don't mind it when he does the same thing to me. We're a team.
That's all it is. When you really boil down the whole thing, the whole marriage, teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. Even all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah. And I'm so much happier when we're a team because I'm not pulling no group projects at this house in this marriage.
You did enough of that at school?
I'm not pulling the weight. Okay? I'm not presenting by myself and you getting credit for it. Oh, man, this house sure is nice. I know. And Trey over there nodding.
Well, you know I did what I did.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is a collective work. Okay? We do it together.
Facts.
Together. Yeah. And I like that. So I think let's wrap it up on that one. So Trey, what kind of logic do you have for us today?
Yeah, today I couldn't find nothing in my book, so I just wrote something down real quick.
All right.
So I think we should really understand that men and women have like natural abilities that also complement each other. So naturally, yes, there are gender roles that come to you. It's natural to be a nurturer for a woman. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. They complement each other when you come together. So there are always outliers. So yes, there are women that are stronger than men. There are women that enjoy, being outside under the car. Those are outliers, but it does happen. Right? But some of them, here's the thing. Biblically, the male is the responsible head. Yeah. Not better, responsible, right? God spoke to Adam after they ate the fruit, not necessarily Eve, because he gave the command to Adam. Then you have the female was sent to help him. Okay. The male is the provider. Women make things develop. So what a little example here, you give a woman groceries, she turns them into a meal, right? You give a woman a house, she makes it the home. You see what I'm saying? So the male, he's the giver. The woman is the receiver, right? She makes that baby. You have the male, he's the protector. She's the encourager. The male is the developer. She's the nurturer. The male is the source as the teacher. She's the resource. So she reinforces after getting the information from the husband. Right. And these are just a few examples, but just remember, at times either person can be on either one of those sides. So everything that I just said, that the woman can also do some of those things sometimes, and it's okay. The male can also do some of those things as well, and it's okay. Like, again, just like we said earlier, as long as you're not super extreme on both sides, y'all be okay. Y'all gonna make it.
Right.
But that's all I had in the logic today.
That was good.
I hope so. I hope it helps somebody.
I hope
it helped me. It helped me when I was writing it. I'm like, yo, keep going. But anyway, thank y'all, man. Listen, you got anything? You good? You good?
No, that was it. But I know we have a visitor coming to the podcast pretty soon.
Yeah, our first one. Yes.
And I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one because it was definitely an eye-opening experience to talk with this person. So hope y'all will stay tuned and we'll let you know, or you'll just hear it whenever you hear it.
Really soon. And if it goes well, we'll bring in some people all the time, maybe different couples, all that stuff. So stay tuned. Stay with us.
I forgot.
Oh, what'd you forget?
We actually had another question.
What?
I know,
right? She's going to sneak in a question on the end on us.
I forgot.
We probably should have got this in early.
I know.
Wait, man, appreciate y'all for hanging in with us this long as well.
Yes.
We pushing an hour today. But anyways.
Sorry, y'all. So a question from our inside circle. Okay. Let me read it. So it says, love today's podcast. Thank you for addressing my question. Kiana, your laugh is so sweet and I love it. Oh, so sweet. Okay, question. What strengths do you bring to your relationship and how do you express your appreciation of that strength to your spouse?
You gonna start?
Sure.
Okay.
What strength do I
need to think about.
I bring to the relationship? So maybe you. I'll talk about the strength that you have, and I'll show you how I appreciate your strength. I think maybe that was what she.
Okay.
Or well, no. Okay. Anyways,
do it
Trey, the strength that Trey brings to the relationship is the logic. Okay, that's why I love Trey's logic, because it's kind of like the piece that I'm lacking sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm more emotional. I go off of feelings, and that's not always the way to go because it's not necessarily what's always true. So I value having someone who is logical to help me balance my actions and my thoughts out. So I could come to him super emotional, having a bad day, and I'm ready to jump off the ledge, and Trey be like, he'll just spit some, something so simple. He could say like a sentence. And after that, I'm like, oh God, I just literally blew that out of proportion. But, that's what I appreciate. And so like whenever he says something to me, when I'm willing to listen and accept it, I tell him thank you. I know I've told you thank you because I'm like, I didn't see it that way. I've learned to apologize, especially after he's told me, because I'm like, you know what? You are right. I definitely acted on emotion on that one. And sometimes I can't see it because I'm so like, I am the emotional one. So, that's how I express my appreciation for him. But if I had a strength, I'm going to say, I think my strength would probably be, which I'm just going to say my strength in the relationship, because I won't say this is necessarily a strength. I'm going to say my strength in this relationship is that I'm kind of like the secretary. in this.
Well, you just stole mine, but anyway.
Oh, well, go ahead then.
No, I mean,
go ahead.
Just
finish it out.
Yeah, so she keeps a lot of stuff in order that might slip through my cracks. You know what I mean? So it's like she's the safety net for a whole lot. And for that, I'm forever grateful. How do I show my appreciation? I try not to say no. I try to put us in a situation where I can always be able to say okay.
That's true.
Or yes.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Because I want her to understand that's how much you mean to me. I don't want you to come and think, man, every time I come to him about wanting something, it's a no.
Yeah.
But true. Everybody shows appreciation different. For me, is being able to say yes, that makes me happy. Or and not to say another part is, I don't want her to have to be to come to me for everything as well. Now she does for a lot, but I don't want it to be where you have to.
Yeah. I don't have to ask him to do anything.
No, and you know why? Because one, if y'all don't already know, I try and keep everything. I want whatever I would want done for me. That's how I'm gonna treat you. So I don't want to, have to do all that. But on the other part, I've seen it where someone has to come to the husband in the relationship, and it's almost like, man, I gotta ask him, to do something. And I'm like, I don't really want it to be like that for me. So that's how I do that. So I appreciate that question.
Yes, thank you from our inner circle. What strength do you think you bring to this relationship?
Level head, I guess. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And sometimes it might be to a fault, but then again, that's where she's the safety net. Look, I try and stay 50-50 in all things. So, it's two sides to a coin. I stand in the middle and look on both sides.
That's right.
And that's just, and I make my decision based off of that.
That is so right.
But yeah, so I guess that would be.
Yeah, that's definitely a strength, which also ties in with what I said with the logic. So you evaluate all sides, whereas I'm always looking at the one side.
Which, again, y'all, that's what this whole thing was all about. Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
So yeah, creation roles, marriage roles, all of that at the same time, y'all are supposed to be for 2. 2 to 1, and both of y'all grow.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you to our inner circle for asking this question. I hope you're listening. So we're going to thank you guys for listening today to the How Do You Love Me podcast. We would love to hear from you about what topics you want us to discuss and to get our advice. Right. You can DM us on Instagram at HDYLM_podcast, or you can leave us a voicemail at 682-231-0848.
Yeah, y'all. And so also, if you ever want to see any of the show notes or go back and listen to all the episodes, just go to our website. That's where everything is, HDYLM.com. And so remember, y'all, it's always, always, always grand gratitude. Okay. That's high thinking, strong faith, simple living, smart work. All right. With that being said, peace.
Bye.